Okay, so today's class is going to be super chill, just a nice, easy flow. I highly recommend having a pillow near you. If you have a bolster would be great. If you just have a pillow or a couch cushion, that's also great. So whatever works for you. So take a second if you need to grab that. And then I always recommend blocks or something stable. If you have yoga blocks, super handy. Otherwise, you can always grab some books or a shoebox or your dog, whatever is somewhat stable. And then, yeah, we'll get ready. Let me mute everybody. All right, cool. All right, so we're gonna get started on our back. So feel free to take your pillow, cushion, or you can always simply lay flat on your back on the floor. You're gonna bring the cushion right up against your low back or your bum, and then lay all the way down. For your arms, just rest them by your sides or out to a T. And if you want with your legs, you can bring the bottoms of your feet together, opening up your knees, your hips. If that does not feel good, feel free to bring your knees in, feet out on the mat. That might feel nicer on the hips if you have a knee impingement or pain in the hips. And then take a few moments to focus on your belly breathing. Breathing into the very bottom of your lungs. Inhaling deeply so that the belly rises. And exhaling thoroughly. Just breathe a few more times like that, inhaling into the bottom of your lungs. And exhaling, allowing your jaw, your shoulders, your neck to release. Inhaling into belly, ribs, chest, upper back. And exhaling to release. One more time like that, breathing into your belly, ribs, chest, upper back. And as you exhale, release. Slowly start to windshield wiper your knees from side to side. You can add a little bit of movement in the arms, reaching them up overhead, maybe lengthening through your hands and arms, and then releasing them back by your hips. From here, you're gonna roll off of your bolster and make your way up to sit. You can move bolster or pillow out of the way. From a seated position, you can sit on your pillow, you can sit on a block, you can sit on whatever makes you happy, just not your dog, if you're using your dog as a prop today. Inhale your hands all the way up, look up. As you exhale, twist to the right, looking over your right shoulder. And then inhale, reach high. Exhale, twist to your left. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, twist to the left. And we'll do that one more time. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, fold over your legs. And then slowly walk your hands back. Good, and we're just gonna switch the cross of our legs. Inhale, reach your hands high. Exhale, bring your right hand down, left hand up and over. And then inhale, reach up. Exhale, left hand down, right hand up and over. And do that 2 more times. I'm just gonna adjust the muting. Inhale, reach your hands high. Exhale, lean. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lean. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, fold over your legs. Breathe here. And then slowly walk your hands back up. Good. From here, we're going to take a seated cat and cow. So as you inhale, you're going to reach your hands high, interlace your hands, and then press your palms away. Exhale into a cat pose. So chin to chest, rounding through your spine. And then inhale, reach your hands high. As you exhale, interlace your hands behind you. Open your chest so you're in a cow pose-ish. And then inhale, reach your hands high. Exhale, interlace hands out in front, tuck chin. Inhale, reach the hands high. Exhale, interlace and open the chest. One more time. Inhale, reach your hands high. Interlace your hands in front of you. Tuck chin, round through your upper back. Inhale, reach your hands high. Exhale, interlace and press your chest up. And then slowly release. Just shake it off. Little shimmy. And then remove your bolster. And we're going to come to hands and knees, tabletop position. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Take a second to get comfortable here. So if you want to roll your mat or put even a little blanket or towel under your knees, we're going to be here for a hot second. So get settled. Once you're here, you're going to extend your right foot back behind you. Inhale. Point your toes and then flex your toes. So point the foot, flex the foot, and just notice how that feels. And then slowly reach your hand forward, your left hand forward. Hang out for a second, find balance. Big breath in. As you exhale, bring a knee to your thigh, bring your elbow to your thigh and your thigh to your elbow and press them together really, really, really hard. Thigh, elbow, elbow, thigh. And then inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow, thigh, thigh, elbow. Push them into each other to build core tension. And then extend as you inhale. 2 more times like that. As you exhale, elbow and thigh, press, 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 press. And then extend. And then exhale, elbow, thigh, thigh, elbow, press, 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 press. Inhale, extend. Good. As you exhale, place your left hand down. You're going to roll open so you can kickstand your left foot behind you. Reach your right hand up. Roll your wrist. And then look up toward your hand, if that's okay, on your neck, and look down toward your fingers. Notice if a little bit of heat is building in your hip, and then look down toward your fingers. One more time, look up, engaging the side butt to lift your leg, and look down. Good. If it's all right, start to bend your knee, heel to seat, draw your knee back, and then open your chest, just feeling your shoulder blade move towards your spine. You don't have to grab your foot if you don't want to. If it feels all right, maybe you touch your toes, maybe you grab your foot, maybe you lean into it a little bit. And then slowly, with control, gently release and come back to a tabletop position. And just shake it off for a second, side to side. You can take cat-cow, inhaling and exhaling. And inhaling and exhaling. And we'll do the other side. So when you're ready, you're going to extend your left foot back behind you and just start here, both hands grounded. Point your toe, flex your foot. Point your toe, flex your foot. And if you can see your tiny little picture, then you can see if your hip is lifted or if it's nice and even. So it's kind of like having a mirror available to you. Totally optional, of course. And then reaching your right hand forward once you're steady. Big inhale here, again, lifting through thumb and shoulder, lifting through glute and heel. And then as you exhale, bring elbow to thigh, thigh to elbow, push them into each other. And then inhale, extend. Exhale, push thigh, elbow into each other, and then extend. Push thigh and elbow into each other so much, feel your core, and then extend. And then one more time, elbow, thigh, thigh, elbow, push that into each other, and then extend. Good. Place your hand down. You can kickstand your foot. Open up, reaching your hand high. So allow a little bit of heat to build into this hip, as long as that's okay. If that's too much, either lower your foot or bring your foot to the ground. We're trying to wake up that glute medius, glute minimus right in there. Roll out the wrist. Look up towards your hand. Exhale, look down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. One more time. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. And then slowly bend your knee. Draw your knee behind you, heel to seat. Begin to open your chest. Shoulder blade moves towards spine. You can stay here, or as long as it's okay for you, you can maybe grab foot, toe, ankle, press foot into hand, hand into foot. And then gently, really, really gently release and slowly come back to hands and knees. Again, shake it out. Inhale into cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. This time we're going to stay in cow pose for a second and just play with tucking your tailbone, but try to keep cow pose in your upper back. So see if you can move into cat, starting from the sacrum and low back, and then cat pose. Can you do it the opposite? So can you slowly lower your chest first, keeping cat pose of the lower back, try to come into cow with the upper back, and then cow pose. It's a little tricky, that one. So if you want to play with that, you're gonna, again, start from cow pose, tuck your tailbone, starting with the low back first, and then the upper back. And start going into cow pose with your chest and upper back, and then your lower back. So just one more opportunity here. So tucking tailbone, pulling belly up, try to keep cow in the upper back. And then starting with the upper back, draw upper back down, and then make it through the spine to the tailbone. All right, shake it off. All right, we're gonna do same side balance. So we'll start with the right leg back. You can keep your toes on the ground to start. And then walk your right hand forward. Slowly lift either your foot or your hand, really whatever makes you satisfied today. But you can lift your leg first if you want, and then get lighter and lighter in your hands. With my knee cracking, you're gonna lift your hand off the ground. So it's the same side. And maybe you can see in your little picture, if your hip is lifting up, try to keep it down nice and even with the other hip. If you fall out of it, just come right back in. This is not an easy pose. One more breath here, lift. And then slowly release. Awesome. I'll do the other side, shake it off. All right, you're gonna extend your left foot back, reach your left hand forward, and it's your choice. I usually find it easier to lift the leg and then ease my hand off the ground. And again, notice if your hip's lifting, try to keep it in line with your right hip. You can lengthen the back of your neck, lift through your thumb. If you fall out of it, just come right back into it. One more breath. You're awesome. Not an easy one. And then slowly release. Good. Let's take a child's pose. Bring your knees wide, big toes touching. Melt your chest through your shoulders. You can rock on your forehead, whatever feels good. Slowly walk your hands to the right, placing left hand on top of right hand, leaning into your left hip. Sorry about that. Walking your hands to the other side, right hand on top of left, heavying your right hip to the ground. Slowly coming back through center, make your way back to tabletop position. We're gonna do one more thing here. So again, if your knees are getting sore, feel free to roll your mat underneath your knees or put a little towel there. You're gonna extend your right foot back behind you. Boop. And then you're gonna bend your knee 90 degrees and press your heel up. Again, notice if your low back collapses if you're in a cow pose, and also notice if your hip lifts. So try to keep your hip down and try to stay in somewhat of a neutral belly and low back position. Press through your heel. You should feel this in your butt a lot. Big glute engagement. Woohoo! Keep pressing through the heel. Pressing through the heel. We're gonna take little pulses. So you're just gonna do 3 little boop, 1, up, 2, 1 more little pulse, up 3, and then release. Shake it off. And we'll do the other side. So when you're ready, left foot back, bend the knee 90 degrees. Again, notice if your belly drops and you're in this big cow position, you wanna pull the belly in and then press through the heel, keeping the hips in line. So press through the heel, feel that in your glute, hamstring, find balance. And then we're gonna pulse it 3 little times. You're gonna go boop, up 1, boop, up 2, boop, up 3, and then release. Good, let's move into our downward dog. So curling your toes under, pressing your hips high, pedal out the feet, the legs. And then slowly walk your feet to your hands at the top of the mat. As you inhale, lift up halfway. And as you exhale, release. Inhale, lift up halfway, pressing up on the shin skin. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, release. Shift the weight into your heels and come all the way up to stand. Arms reach high, look up. Palms to chest. Exhale. Take a moment here, perhaps closing your eyes, pressing your thumbs into sternum, feeling your heart rate, noticing how you feel after that bit of movement. And then slowly shift the weight into your right foot. Plant your left toes. I'm going to turn to face you just so that you can see me better. You're going to put your toes on the ground. This is option 1, tree pose. Option 2, you're going to bring your foot to your calf and try to open up your knee. Option 3, see if you can bring your foot up without grabbing it, and if you need at the last moment to keep it away from your knee, just use your hand and come into the upper thigh. So find balance and steadiness in tree pose. If you want a little bit more, reach your hands up toward the ceiling. Maybe look up. Whew. If you want even more, you can bring your hand down to your thigh and reach over. Then be wary of your knee and hip when you do this. And then slowly come back up and release, and we're just gonna switch sides, really nice and easy. Bring the weight onto your left foot. You can have your right toes on the ground as option 1. Right foot at calf, option 2. Or again, see if you can do as high as you can without hands. And then at the last moment, just place your foot. That helps to build strength in mobility. So it increases mobility and strength. Really great for your hip stability. So from here, palms to chest. Find an unmoving point to gaze at. And then when you're ready, you can stay here, or you can reach your hands all the way up. Maybe you look up. Maybe you place your right hand on your thigh and you reach your left hand over to the right. Whew. Just don't look at your picture while you do that. Good, slowly, slowly coming back, reach high, palms to chest, and then release and shake it off. Awesome. All right, so from here, you're gonna inhale, reach your hands high, grab your left wrist with your right hand and reach over to the side. And then inhale, come back up, switching hands, reach over to the other side. Inhale, come back up one more time, over to the right. Inhale, come back up and over to the left. Inhale, come back up. As you exhale, bend your elbows and lift your chest through your shoulders. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, cactus the elbows, lift the chest. One more time. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, cactus the elbows, lift the chest. And then inhale, reach high. Exhale, forward fold. Stay here. Step your left foot back behind you into a low lunge position. We're gonna move a little bit. So as you inhale, you're gonna aim your chest forward, lengthen your neck. As you exhale, you're gonna straighten your front knee. So you can absolutely bend your back knee and bend your front knee a little bit as well. So we're gonna come back into that lunge position. Inhale, bend your right knee, open chest. Exhale, straighten-ish your front knee, bend your back knee. 2 more times. Inhale, come into the lunge, open chest, lengthen neck. Exhale, straighten front knee-ish, bend back knee. 1 more time. Inhale, open, lunge. Exhale, little stretch of the hamstring. Good, come back into that lunge position, bring your back knee to the floor. Arms reach all the way up, Anjaneyasana. So first, just go into a nice deep one. So see how it feels when you let go and you just let your body do its thing. Like, oh, big stretch. And then come out of it and bring your hands to your hips, tucking your pelvis, engage your butt, your left glute, and then try to melt forward without collapsing into the low back. So without taking a cow pose of your lower back. See if you can manage that for a moment. That alone takes away a lot of the low back pain that yogis can sometimes encounter when they practice a lot, is that dumping into the low back. So I just try to address it in these classes. Reach your left hand up when you're ready and reach over to the right. Take a few breaths here. Again, you can use your right hand to place on your right hip and tuck that pelvis, bringing tailbone underneath you, engaging your left glute, your left butt, and then reaching over to the right. Inhale, slowly come out of it. Place your left hand to the inside of your foot. Reach your right hand to the ceiling. Notice if your left shoulder is jutting forward. See if you can pull it back. And then slowly roll to the outer edge of your right foot. And as long as this is okay for your hip and your knee, you can do this. If it does not feel good, you can come into that lunge position, so a more neutral position for the knee and hip. But if it's okay, open out your knee to the side, and then maybe bend your knee, your back knee, grabbing foot or ankle, pulling towards you. Let me mute our newcomer. Hello, welcome. Oh, it's my mom. All right, you're muted, Mom. So just take another breath here. Nice little twist, a little stretch of the hip flexor, and then slowly release your foot. Bring your hands to either side of your front foot, and you're just gonna lift your back knee and step forward. Really simple. Halfway lift as you inhale. Lengthen the back of your neck, looking straight down. Arms come to a T. Lift through the backs of your hands. Try not to round your spine at all. And then come all the way up to stand. Reach high, palms to chest. Again, pressing thumbs into sternum. Noticing your heart rate. Inhale, reach your hands high, look up. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. And we're gonna stay here. You're gonna step your right foot back this time. Lengthen your chest forward as you inhale, melting your right hip down. Exhale, straighten-ish your front knee, bend your back knee. 3 more times. So inhale, lengthen chest. Exhale, hamstring stretch. 2 more times. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, back. Once more, inhale. And then exhale. Inhale, come forward into your lunge, bend your back knee and make your way to Anjaneyasana, this little low lunge position. And first, again, just to create kind of awareness, notice how things feel in your body. You can let everything just melt forward, big passive stretch, just letting gravity and your own body weight open you up. And then come out of it, bring your hands to your hips. Notice, again, if they just dump forward when you lean forward, maybe you tuck that pelvis, you engage your glute, and then you bend your front knee. So you feel a stretch here rather than a collapse here in the low back. So play around. Once you found your happy place, reach your right hand up, keep tucking your pelvis. You can keep your left hand on your hip to remind you to tuck your pelvis, and then lean over to the left. And we're gonna take a few breaths here. Inhale, coming back up. As you exhale, place your right hand to the inside of your left foot. Reach your left hand high. And notice again, if that right shoulder collapses forward, let me move my hair so you can see. Try to pull that right shoulder back and away from your ear. So we don't want the shoulder forward, we want it back and down. Then you can stay here. If it feels all right, you can roll to the outer edge of your left foot and let your hips melt in a little bit more. And then maybe, again, totally optional, you can bend your back knee, grab foot or ankle, and then look up. Everything I say, in fact, is optional. Listen to your body, especially online. Adjust as necessary. And then gently release. Bring your hands to either side of your foot. You're gonna lift your back knee, look forward, and the next exhale, step forward, halfway lift, inhale. Bring your hands to your waist as you exhale, and then come all the way up to stand. Good. Again, palms to chest, pressing into your sternum. Notice your breathing and your heart rate. Awesome. Inhale, arms reach high. Grabbing hold of your left wrist, lean over to the right. Inhale, back up. Switch your hands, lean over to the left. Inhale, back up, cactus the elbows, lift your chest and upper back. Inhale, back up, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, lengthen your spine, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and stay. Inhale, step your left foot back behind you into that lunge position. Inhale, open your chest, lengthen, shoulders back. Exhale, straighten your front knee, bend your back knee. Inhale, come into that lunge. Exhale, downward dog. Pedaling out the legs. If it's comfortable, you're gonna step your left foot forward, maybe 6 inches or 4 inches, and then bending your knees, you're gonna reach your right hand to your left ankle. You can just stop there. You can look underneath your left shoulder. And if you're feeling steady today, you can lift your right foot into the air. So that's the progression. Difficult to talk and balance at the same time. So you see what you want to do, maybe just a twist, maybe you just reach towards your ankle. And then slowly release, downward dog. And from here, look beyond your fingers, step or hop to the top of your mat. Halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, fold and stay. Inhale, step your right foot back behind you. Open your chest. Next exhale, you're gonna straighten your front knee, bend your back knee. Inhale, bend your front knee. Exhale, bend your back knee. Inhale, come forward into your lunge position. Exhale, downward dog. And pedal it out. This time, step your right foot forward a little bit. You can bend your knees to make this more accessible. Grab the outer edge of your ankle with your left hand. Maybe look underneath your right shoulder. Maybe lift your left foot into the air. Maybe not. Every day is a little different. Okay. Take another breath wherever you are. And then bend your knees, look beyond your fingers, step or hop to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, arms to a T as you exhale. Inhale, lift the backs of your hands up, engaging the upper back. Exhale, fold and stay. Inhale, step your left foot back behind you. This time, keeping your knee up, twist right hand high. So notice if your hip tends to drop, and you might notice this by your big toe lifting away from the floor. So press your big toe joint into the ground to help keep your hips even. Next, exhale, release. Bring your knee to the floor. Walk your foot to the outer edge of the mat. Both hands on the inside of your foot. Roll to the outer edge of your front foot. Again, if this doesn't feel good for your hip or knee, then just keep your foot planted. If it feels all right, roll to the outer edge. And then again, you can stay here. You can bend your back knee, take another stretch, engaging your left butt, your left glute. Slowly release. Plant your hand, step back, downward dog. This time, roll forward to plank pose as you inhale. You can drop your knees or not. We're going to take the half push-up, chaturanga, so lower halfway down. Inhale into cobra or upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Bend your knees, look beyond your fingers, step or hop to the top of your mat. Halfway lift as you inhale. Forward fold as you exhale. Inhale, step your right foot back behind you. You're going to keep your knee lifted and twist, reaching your left hand to the sky. So again, notice if your big toe is lifting off the ground. You want to push your big toe joint into the ground to help keep your hips even. Take a few breaths here. And then slowly release your hand to the inside of your foot. You're going to come into our little twist, so you can bring your knee down. Roll to the outer edge of your left foot, as long as that's okay for your hip and knee. You can stay there. You can reach your left hand behind you. Maybe bend your back knee, grab foot or ankle. Engaging your right glute. Slowly release. Planting your hand, step back to downward dog. Again, as you inhale, come forward to plank pose. As you exhale, you can lower your knees or not. We're going to take half push-up, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Gently place your knees back on the mat. We're going to move into puppy pose. So puppy pose, you're going to walk your hands forward. Keep your hips over your knees. Bending your elbows is going to make this a little lighter. Straightening your elbows is going to be deeper. And tenting your palms is going to be even deeper. Gently release, walking your hands back underneath you, and slowly come to a seated position. You can sit on your heels, you can sit on a block, or you can sit on a bolster. So if you use a bolster or block, place them kind of the long way between your heels, just like this. If this does not feel good on your knees or hips, just any comfortable seated position is great. From here, inhale, reach your hands high. Well, let me give you a second. Sort yourself out first. So get settled, get some water, pet your dog, cat. And then once you're happy and settled, inhale, reach your hands high. As you exhale, place your right hand on the floor, left hand up and over your ear. So notice if maybe you can go a little deeper, bending your right elbow, maybe even placing your right forearm on the floor, but keeping your left hip grounded. Maybe not, maybe you just stay up with the elbow straight. Take one more breath into your left ribs, and then come all the way up and over to the other side. So again, maybe you stay here, maybe you bend your elbow, maybe you bring your forearm to the ground. as long as there's no pain in your back when you do this or your shoulder. Keeping the right hip heavy. And then slowly come back up. Good. Bring your hands out in front of you, interlace your palms, press your palms away. We're gonna stay here for a couple breaths. So we're gonna take that cat pose, rounding your upper back, pressing palms away. See if you can breathe more deeply into your upper back. And then slowly come out of it, shifting the weight forward in your pelvis. You're going to bring your hands behind you as you interlace your fingers, knuckles down, upper back through chest, look up. And again, we're going to stay here for 2 breaths. So can you breathe more into your belly, your ribs, your chest? And then gently, slowly release. Bring your arms out to the side. I'm going to face you so that you can actually see what I'm talking about here. So you're going to bring your arms out to the side, shoulders away from the ears. Slowly bring chin to chest, and then rotate right ear to right shoulder, and then rotate left ear to left shoulder. And just back and forth, chin to chest, ear to shoulder, chin to chest, ear to shoulder. And we will end with our right ear to the right shoulder. Flip your right palm and place your right hand on the left side of your head. Without pulling, we don't want to pull, so just nice and easy, just the weight of your hand lengthening the side of your neck. You can really, really reach those left fingertips toward the floor, drawing your shoulder away from your ear. And then slowly, really, really gentle release. Over to the other side. So bringing left ear to left shoulder, flip your left palm, place hand on the right side of your head. And then again, without pulling, just the weight of your hand and gravity, allow a gentle stretch. And if it feels good, reach your right fingertips toward the floor, drawing shoulder away from ear. Really gentle, release your hand, release your head. We're gonna do one more thing. So you're gonna bring your right ear to your right shoulder, draw your shoulders away from your ears, reach your fingertips down, and then turn your head toward your shoulder, turn your head toward the ceiling. It's really easy. We don't want to crank it or anything. It's nice and easy, looking down, looking up. About 4 times. And then once you've done 4, you're going to move to the left. So left ear, left shoulder. Relax the shoulders, look down, and look up. Look down, and look up. 2 more times. Slowly come back to center. Good. Shake it off. And you can remove your seat, your cushion, your pillow, and make your way to downward dog. And pedaling out your feet. Make your way to the top of the mat. Halfway lifting as you inhale, press your chest forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms reach all the way up. And then palms to chest. Good. From here, bring your left knee into your chest. Give it a nice big hug. Find balance. Mom, if you're doing this, this is for you. So you better be doing it. Once you're balanced here, bring your right hand out to the right and then left knee out to the left. So let me turn so you can see me. So you're going to be in this position. If it feels all right, look over your right shoulder towards your right fingertips. And then when you're happy with that, come back to center, hug your knee in. You're going to switch hands, right hand holding your knee. You're going to twist your torso. So knee stays forward, torso twists. look over your left fingertips. If you fall out of it, totally normal. Just come right back into it. And then slowly come back to center, and then just release, shake it off. And we'll do the other side. So you're gonna bring your weight into your left foot this time, hug your right knee in, and just take a second to get steady. You can always use, something for support. A Great Dane perhaps is the right height if you're using dogs today for your props, or a spouse, or a wall, probably the most stable. All right, when you're ready, you're gonna bring your knee out to the side and then reach your left hand to the left. Perhaps look over your left shoulder towards your fingers. Slowly, slowly return to center. You're gonna switch your hands. Keep your knee forward, twist your spine. So your torso twists, reaching your right hand back, maybe look over right shoulder toward your fingertips. And then slowly come back to center, big squeeze and release, shake it off. All right, and then we're gonna do the other side, we're gonna do something else. Similarly though. So you are going to bring the weight into your right foot, left knee into chest. This time, however, you're gonna swing your leg back, come into a warrior 3, extending your heel behind you, and try to keep your hips even. So always feel free to touch your low back, your hips, and lift through your glute. One more breath here in balance. And then stepping back into warrior 2. So you're gonna open up your legs, heel to heel, or heel to arch alignment, whatever feels better for your hips. Arms to a T, relax your shoulders. Bend your front knee deeply, look over your fingertips. Flip your palm, your right palm, reach up and back. Inhale back to warrior 2. Side angle, elbow to thigh, reach to the sky. Inhale back to warrior 2. Straighten your front knee, triangle pose. So you're gonna draw your hip back, 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 lengthening your ribs forward, forward, forward. Place your hand on your shin, or on a block, or on the floor. See if you can draw your shoulders away from your ears and breathe. Slowly come all the way up, inhale. Turn your feet so that your toes are out, heels are in. Reach your hands all the way up. As you exhale, cactus your elbows and lift through your chest and upper back. And then reach your hands high, inhale. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. So you can turn your toes in, heels out. You can always place blocks underneath your arms, your hands, or forearms. Or you can simply hang heavy, shifting from side to side. Placing both hands underneath your face, reach your right hand toward the ceiling, twist. Next, exhale, release your right hand down, reach your left hand toward the ceiling, twist. Next, exhale, release both hands down. Walk your hands to the front of your mat, framing your right foot. You're in that lunge position, so inhale here. Exhale, step forward, fold. Halfway lift as you inhale. Keep your back flat as you exhale, stay here. And then inhale all the way up. Bring your palms to your chest. Shift the weight into your left foot. Bring your right knee into your chest. And then slowly come into warrior 3, balance pose. So your leg goes back. Notice if your hips are opening, try to keep them even. And then straighten that top knee, lift through the heel, shoulders away from ears, look straight down. One more breath here. Keep those hips even, lift your leg, and then step back into warrior 2. So arms come to a T, heel to heel or heel to arch alignment. Really just depends on your hips. Settle in, 90-degree bend of the front knee. Look over your left fingertips. Flip your palm, reach up and back, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle. Elbow to thigh, reach your right hand to the ceiling. Inhale, warrior two. Straighten your front knee. As you exhale, again, draw your hip crease back. Back, 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 back. Lengthen your ribs forward, and then place your hand on your shin or a block or the floor. And take your time settling in. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Breathing into your belly, ribs, chest, upper back. And then slowly come out of it. Inhale, reach your hands high. Turn your toes out, heels in. And then as you exhale, cactus the elbows, lift through your upper back and chest. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, turn your toes in, heels out, forward fold. We're gonna go a little bit deeper with our twist this time. So hang out for a second, let your jaw, your head and neck go. And then walk your, your left hand over to your right ankle. And you can just stop there, maybe look underneath your right armpit. Maybe reach your right hand toward the ceiling. Maybe wrap your right hand around your waist. And then gently release and switch sides. So look at your left ankle, admire it, grab it with your right hand, reach your left hand skyward, maybe wrap your hand around your waist. Opening your chest to the ceiling. And then again, slowly release when you're ready. Good. Walk your hands to the front of your mat. Come into that lunge position, opening your chest as you inhale. Back foot steps forward as you exhale. Halfway lift, you're gonna stay here, again, flat back, bend your knees, draw your hips back, and slowly make your way into chair pose. So take a second here. Can you see all 10 of your toes? Can you draw your shoulders to a relaxed position as you reach up? And then slowly come to stand, palms to chest. Awesome. From here, inhale into chair pose. And then reach your hands forward and slowly lower all the way down to the mat. If you need your hands to help you, of course, please help yourself down. From here, you're gonna extend your right leg straight. Extend your right leg straight. You're gonna cross your left foot over your thigh so that your knee is pointed up. Hug your knee in toward your chest to help you sit tall. You want the weight to shift to the front of your hips, to the front of your pelvis. And then slowly twist your torso to your left. If that's fine and peachy, then you can hug your knee in with your right arm, bring your left hand behind you to help lengthen your spine, and bring the weight again forward in your pelvis. If that's great, you can bring your right elbow to the outside of your left knee and go a little bit deeper. Make sure to inhale and relax out of it a little bit. And then as you exhale, squeeze the air out, twisting. Inhale to lengthen, relax the twist. Exhale, let the twist deepen. And just one more breath. Slowly release. Bring your left foot to your right inner thigh, upper inner thigh. If you notice that your lower back is rounding a lot here, or your knee is really high, then sit on a bolster or a block or a pillow. I'll do it just to demo here. Even if you don't usually use one, it's quite lovely. It just makes this a really delicious pose. All right, so from here, you're gonna inhale, lengthen your spine, lengthen your arms. Exhale, fold over your right thigh. And it doesn't really matter how far you are, right? There's no like good at yoga. It's just about listening to your body. So your knee can be bent. As long as you stick your butt behind you, you'll feel that nice hamstring stretch. If you're more open, feel free to bring your hands to the outside of your foot and help yourself slowly down. Gently release. And then we'll do the other side. So from here, you're going to extend your left foot, cross your right foot over to the other side. Hug everything in toward your chest to help lengthen your spine and bring that weight to the front of your sitting bones. And then rotate your torso to the right. Again, if this is great, hand can come behind you. You can hug in with your left arm, or to go even deeper, elbow to the outside of your knee. Make sure that you're not compromising the twist by melting and collapsing. Keep lifting, rolling to the front of your pelvis. So as you inhale, lengthen. Exhale, wring out the air. Inhale, lengthen, come out of it a little bit. Exhale, melt into it. And one more time, inhale and exhale. Inhale, gently release. Bring your right foot to your left upper inner thigh. And again, you can sit on your bolster, your block, your pillow. Just don't sit on your dog. I don't know if you watch The Sopranos. That was not a good scene, or a very sad moment in Sopranos. Anyway, inhale. Morbid things to talk about. Lengthen your spine, reach high. Exhale, fold over your leg. Again, you can have your knee bent or straight, but point your butt behind you and fold. Slowly release, coming all the way up. Move your props out of the way. Keep your pillow handy if you have it. Just keep it near your legs. We're gonna come all the way down onto our backs. And create a 90-degree angle with your knees and a 90-degree angle with your hips. So first off, you're gonna bring both of your hands to your thighs and push your lower back into the ground so that it's really touching the ground. Lower back has to stay pushing on the ground, and then press thighs into hands, hands into thighs. Keep your low back grounded. Push your thighs into your hands for 3, for 2, for 1, and then just relax. And then again, you're gonna push your low back into the ground, reach your hands overhead to whatever degree, keep your lower back pushing down, tap your right heel on the ground. Keep your low back touching the ground and lift your right heel up. Keep your low back touching the ground. Left heel taps. And you're going to switch between the right heel tapping and the left heel tapping. But keep that low back on the ground the entire time. So you're tapping your right heel, you're tapping your left heel. Your low back is pushing into the ground so much. Tap your left heel, push into the ground with your low back one more time. Push your right heel into the ground, low back into the ground, left heel into the ground, low back into the ground. And then relax. Whew, hug your knees to your chest. Awesome. Place your feet on the ground. Let your knees fall to the right, arms to a T. You can look over your left shoulder. And then slowly coming back up. Let your knees fall to the left. Look over your right shoulder. And then slowly coming back up. From here, you can grab your bolster or pillow, place it underneath your knees, feet on the ground, And just relax your legs, your knees into this position. Arms can be by your sides. And snuggle your shoulder blades underneath you. Shake out your jaw from side to side. And then slowly roll your head and neck from side to side. Take another big inhale into your belly, ribs, chest, upper back. And let it go. And find stillness here for some time. I will rouse you in about 3 minutes. So feel free just to let go. Let your breathing become uncontrolled and a heaviness to settle in your body. Begin to deepen your breath. Add movement to your jaw and your head and neck. Your hands and feet, arms, legs. And slowly, eventually, roll off to one side and make your way up to sit. Bringing your palms to your chest, sit tall, relax your shoulders. Inhale deeply. And as you exhale, bow in, thanking yourself for taking the initiative to show up online today and do yoga, to breathe, to take care of yourself. It's a really big deal. I appreciate it. And all of the people who love you appreciate you taking care of yourself. So thank you so much for being here. Namaste.